if God himself or herself could come down from.
Now you've lost me.
God is a
I
man.
was all on board for the last 10 minutes of that. Every step of the way, I was with you and understanding every coherent word that you put out there. But when you suggested that the Almighty might be female, please, sir.
Oh, okay.
God is a spirit. He doesn't have a dick or a pussy. He's just kind of out there.
No, he's got a dick. I've seen paintings.
He's got a dick.
He's got a dick when he's human.
And it's
Otherwise,
circumcised.
No. You guys have never taken heroin, have you? Because if you have taken fucking heroin, within a minute, God comes down from heaven and plants a fucking kiss.
Wait, and he had a vagina?
Man, heroin sounds pretty fun.
Oh, please, fuck me. You guys have never taken heroin?
I haven't.
No,
Everybody knows God.
People call me a bit of a square because of it. we're very square.
No, okay, so
something
God.
I wanted to ask about your drug use with this, apparently in 2010, you were like a. Oh, go ahead.
No, not. No. There's somehow I want to know about God. We just skipped over one of the most fundamental precepts of our perceptions of reality.
By all means, dig in. What's going on in the bowels of this?
Well, God is trisexual, number one. We all know that. I mean, those of us who've taken heroin certainly know that. I mean,
what's the third sex?
What?
Did you say trisexual?
He did.
He did.
Sexual, of course. Oh, okay. Male, female, and she-male. I mean, good God, people. What, have you never watched fucking Pornhub?
Yeah, I walked right into.
Okay, now you're delving into my area of expertise. Go on.
Our time is limited because I don't know if any of you have ever noticed, my wife is black. I don't know if you've ever married or even lived with a black woman. They are the best fucking mothers on the goddamn planet. However, every living, moving thing is one of two things: mother, father, or children.
Well, three things.
Or she-male.
No, it's not. No. I'm a child to my wife, and therefore, when she comes in and goes, this, it means you got 10 seconds to ask your last question. But anyway, we're not there yet.
Good.
Good. I'm very, very thankful to hear that. So something I was reading about, lots of content about you out there. Is it true that up until about 2010, you were a sober guy, yoga, fitness kind of guy, and then you started experimenting with I was seeing some articles talking about bath salts and some drug called alpha PHP that you were messing around with, keeping you functioning on a high level. Is there any truth to that, or is that just the media pumping your tires?
There's a lot of truth to that. Oh. But of that, that's the issue. Okay. Dates? Fuck me, I don't know what the date is. 210, 28, 25, 215.
We're doing the year now, or?
I don't know.
The end of May.
May and listen, dude, wherever you got that information, if it did come from God, I want his fucking phone number. I've got complaints. His fucking complaints for God. But anyway, so now, so sometime between 2004 and 2012, yeah. I mean, I had been sober and clean for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Too fucking long, to be honest with you people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Too fucking long. Because before I cleaned up, showered off, and stopped ingesting anything other than raw fucking vegetables. I had taken more drugs than you three motherfuckers could carry, I'll tell you that.
I don't doubt it.
Say, I know it is a fucking fact. Especially if you count weed. It would take 10 of you just to carry the weed.
Wait, I don't know if you know who you're talking to. We have an Olympic level smoker on our team as well.
Yeah, but he can do 10 times as much heroin as you, bitch.
Yeah. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
That you cannot, my friend.
I will.
What's the most fun drug that you've done? What's the one that you can't stop coming back?
What does that mean? Most fun drug? I mean, is it the most fun in terms of enhancing sexuality? Is it most
No. The one.
Hang on, whoa. Let me finish. Is it the
Okay.
most fun? Is it the most fun in terms of getting deep into that hellish introspection space where you finally see yourself? Is it the most fun in terms of being able to stay up for 3 goddamned weeks? I don't know. You gotta fucking tell me, dude.
I've got a question. Let me.
What's the most fun drug? I go, okay, I'm with amateurs again.
John, you are with amateurs. I'm with you. Let me ask this. Joe Rogan describes DMT as this like almost permanent upgrade to your character if you're in a video game. You just get a little smarter, you get a little introspective and more creative. Is this like permanent improvement to you? Have you tried DMT? What drug would you suggest for that effect?
Fuck, I've had enough DMT to put you guys in the hospital.
I believe you.
No, he's wrong.
Okay.
I think Joe is demonstrating a naivete about drugs that comes when you discover drugs past the age of 25. Because really, if you don't discover them before 25, then it's too late. You're a follower. If before 25, you're a leader. Do you understand? I'm just saying. So he's a follower.
The younger, the better, I say.
Oh, absolutely. No. Yes.
Are you still talking about drugs?
Yes.
Age for MDPV, I was 19. The best age for MDPV is at least 22, maybe 23. I'm just saying.
Can you explain what MDPE does? What that is?
MDPV, methylene dioxy pyrovalerone. That's MDPV. Well, now I'm sure that you read in newspapers or saw on the TV 6 years ago where, you know, a nice, polite gentleman in Miami just randomly grabbed a stranger and ate his face. Remember
Yes,
that?
I heard that. Yeah.
Zombie.
Yes, that's methylene dioxy pyrovalerone. That's what he was on. Now, what was his problem?
Hungry.
Here is the fundamental problem with MDPV.
Uh-huh.
If you don't have a $5,000 scale, don't go anywhere near it, because you've got to measure it to the 5 microgram level in order to stay safe. Because here's what happens.
Ooh.
It's 1 milligram per 11.3 kilograms of body weight measured naked, not wet, on a fucking scale that you know is precise. Okay? Now, let's just say the end result is 5 milligrams. You take 4.9 milligrams. What's going to happen? Nothing. You're going to feel jack fucking shit, like you've been ripped off.
Huh.
You take 5.1 milligrams. What's going to happen? You're going to eat somebody's fucking face. No, that's MDPV. So I have taken kilograms of MDPV over the years. It's number 1, the most powerful drug ever invented. If you get the dosage right, I've come close on either end a bunch of times. I've had more trips that did nothing, and a few trips that almost made me think, you know what? Reasonable people would eat other people's faces off. I mean, that's almost as close as I got.
So does that make you feel really energized and you're staying up fucking for days, or is it making you feel enlightened, introspective? How's this drug making you feel when you're doing it at just the right dose?
All of the above.
All of it.
Oh,
Okay.
1, MDPV is the only drug I've ever experienced that provides tactile hallucinations. I mean, I became a master getting my dosage right, and I was in Colorado one time, and I went to the bank after snorting my exact fucking dosage to the goddamn microgram. Why I had a $5,000 scale. I ain't fucking this drug up. So now I'm standing in line, and I just know there's some bitch sucking my dick. I feel it around my eyes, okay, near my butt, pulling me into her, and she's sucking like mad. I know I'm going to come any second. I'm looking down. My dick is like 9 feet long, but there ain't nobody there. Nobody is there. And
I need a better scale.
I'm sorry?
I need a better scale.
No,
I'm going
no,
to get started.
It was the perfect dosage, I'm telling you. No, not just that. Auditory hallucinations you can't fucking believe. First thing is, everybody, if you get the dosage right on the first trip, who is it that talks to you? You. Whose voice is it? Yours.
Ah,
Whose inflection? Yours. Whose knowledge? Because the
mine.
voice is telling you shit that you've forgotten. And you're about to enter a nightclub, and your own voice is telling you shit that you forgot during some drug binge in Cincinnati.
What was the most enlightening thing that yourself told you while you were on this drug that you maybe had forgotten about from a different drug binge? Anything that really opened your mind's eye a little bit, changed the way you think, maybe permanently?
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to understand it. I don't know if anybody could understand it. In St. Louis, Missouri, in the most intense trip I have ever experienced, I sat down with God, who was crying, and said, my loneliness is intolerable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. It was God. It was me. It was the word. It was the truth. It horrified me, terrified me, shook me to the fucking core.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw the truth. Of course, if there is a God, what more lonely entity could possibly fucking be perceived or conceived, people?
It's true. Makes sense.
Nothing but drugs can bring you to that place, that chair where you sit and hear that most horrifying of all truths. That if there is a God, that God is the loneliest entity ever possibly conceivable. So that was it. You asked me.
Interesting.
You know, I thought we were going to be
That's
talking about
great.
antivirus, but this is much more entertaining.
No, you got to ask. You got to ask. And something else I want to know is you're very open on your Twitter account, you know, with your drug habits and with some sexual things as well. Do you think that it was some of these drugs you took that kind of maybe opened your eyes to how pleasurable a glass bottom boat is? Or being, I know you trend toward a couple scatological things. Is that something that you were interested in prior to the drugs? Or is that just a joke you tell sometimes?
I don't know. I really don't. I'm not sure what specific details you're discussing.
Do you like getting shit on?
No, absolutely not. I mean, number one, I don't like the smell. If you guys tried it, it's difficult.
I was just checking. I thought you were a weirdo for a moment.
Oh, believe me, I'm far more weird than that. If you think that